Public shaming for celebrities has become a regular part of the internet now. It's often defended as a way to keep people who have a massive platform in check, and throughout the pandemic and even before that, celebrity failures were always something that people jumped on. I believe people enjoy watching this content because it reminds them that even famous people make a lot of mistakes. However, the mistakes that a lot of these celebrities made were deemed to be so problematic that people felt justified in shaming them. I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 celebrities who were publicly shamed in just a moment, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, it'd really help us out. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming number 10, Ellen DeGeneres. When the pandemic happened and everyone went into lockdown, Ellen had a choice. She could have saved her staff and allowed them to work from home, but instead she bailed on them and hired an independent company instead. This clearly did not sit well with her former staffers and thus unleashed a litany of complaints about the star. Not only that, but we had a full Twitter thread of just negative interactions in general with Ellen that led many to believe she was nowhere near the queen of nice like she wanted us to think. For example, the poor waitress who nearly lost her job after Ellen complained to management that her nail polish was chipped during service. On top of that, her comments about her $27 million home feeling like jail wasn't viewed as comical but rather a flaunting of privilege in these uncertain times. Something that was both unnecessary and made people realize how truly out of touch celebrities are. The truth about Ellen is that she has been involved in the world of branding and celebrity imagery for so long that now her hot takes are suddenly nowhere near relatable to the general public. Coming number 9, Aubrey Plaza. Typically when you get a couple of comedic actors together like Will Ferrell and Aubrey Plaza, you'd think that the end result would be funny. Unfortunately, no one found this embarrassing stunt funny, and instead Aubrey was unceremoniously escorted out of the building. At the MTV Movie Awards in 2013, a barefoot Aubrey Plaza ran onto the stage in an attempt to pry away the Golden Popcorn Award from Will Ferrell. The moment appeared to be a failed attempt to mock the great Kanye West interruption from the 2009 VMAs. Will tried to play it off and joked that the bit was staged, but according to MTV, Miss Plaza was taken out of the award show by network executives and even had the head of Viacom security scolding her. It was not a good look and overall a terrible idea with poor execution. Coming number 8, Cardi B. When Cardi B became the newest member of the leaked photo club, the image was saved and plastered all over Twitter. This all started when Cardi accidentally posted an explicit image of herself to her Instagram stories. The post was only up for a little while, but obviously people were still able to save the image and then post it everywhere online. Soon the memes and comments followed and the post went viral. The leaked image showed off her bare breasts, but people still shared the hell out of the photo. People were really out here making fun of Cardi's nips and ridiculing her body. And I saw people saying that she had burger nips and even compared them to Mike from Monsters Inc. Absolutely disrespectful stuff, and a shame that Cardi had to be shamed publicly like that. It was a shame that she had to be shamed publicly. Yes, I did just say that. Coming number 7, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's cheating scandal was covered in his docu-series on Netflix where he fully detailed what went down that night in Las Vegas. The show even interviews his wife Aniko as she emotionally recaps when she saw the video of her husband cheating and how it made her feel. While Kevin was with a friend in Vegas, he cheated on his wife and his own friend was the one that set him up. Yes, Kevin did this to himself and he took full responsibility for his mistakes, but can you imagine your own friend trying to blackmail you like that? Plus, the woman then sent his wife the video, and then later the pair of blackmailers tried to use this as leverage to get Kevin to pay them $60 million. Instead, they went to jail for an attempt at extortion, and Aniko and Kevin seem stronger than ever. I would even argue though that this was way more embarrassing for his wife, especially considering the amount of times that Kevin had to talk about this. Coming number 6, Travis Scott. This one was hard to watch go down, especially when you take into consideration how much Travis Scott probably spent on his custom Halloween costume. It definitely wasn't the worst Halloween costume in the world, but Trav still felt the heat online. Fans and followers alike both began to make fun of Travis, and the bullying got so bad that he decided to delete his entire Instagram page. Although he never provided a statement about being publicly shamed, it was assumed his Instagram deactivation was a result of the teasing. One user tweeted, "Travis Scott is drowning in millions of dollars right now and he couldn't get a good Batman costume, shaking my head." Although many people ridiculed those teasing Travis because they actually liked his costume, with some saying that the suit is probably worth more than most people's homes. Coming number 5, Zac Efron. While at a movie premiere, Zac was doing his thing. He's walking down the red carpet, he was posing for photos when necessary, and at some point on the red carpet, an assistant calls him over and he begins reaching into his pocket for something. I don't know if she wanted a pen or what, but he dives into his pocket and as he pulls out whatever he gave her, a condom dropped onto the ground. Now obviously all eyes were on Zac because of the nature of the red carpet, but he acted swiftly. He immediately swooped down and threw it into his back pocket and then did not address anyone asking him what had just fallen out. Although the video had been watched so many times that this embarrassing moment was certainly seen by everyone. He later addressed it on a talk show and said that he now has implemented a pocket check before every red carpet. Coming number 4, Ashlee Simpson. This video still gives me secondhand embarrassment. In the video, you can see all of this confusion when Ashlee realizes that the track started playing before she even had the microphone up to her face, so she just awkwardly dances instead. And at that point, you can't even really salvage the performance. It's called Saturday Night Live for a reason. So she just did her little dance, said that she was sorry, blamed it on her band for playing the wrong song, and then it was all quick cut to commercial from there. During an interview several years later, she was asked about this, and here's what Ashlee had to say.
Me completely. What happened there was I had a vocal problem. I had two nodes beating against each other, and I woke up and I had no voice. And then I should have said, no, I will not go on. I will not do this. And
coming number 3, Thicke. This one is next level embarrassing for just everyone involved. His summer smash hit called Blurred Lines certainly started to explain his real life. Robin was happily married to wife Paula Patton, for whom he shares a son with. However, in 2013, he threw his entire marriage under the bus as a photo emerged of the singer getting a little too personal with a female fan, who was later identified as socialite Lana Scalaro. In the photo taken, you can see that the mirror behind Lana and Robin catches him with his hand going right up her dress. The photo appeared to have been taken at an MTV VMA after party in New York City, which also just so happened to be the same night that Robin had done his controversial performance with Miley Cyrus. So you know when he got home, he had a lot of apologizing to do. Coming number 2, Harry Styles. For the December edition of Vogue magazine, former One Direction singer Harry Styles graced the cover and did so while wearing a Gucci blazer and dress. Now this isn't exactly something that you'd want to wear to the grocery store, but Harry is a pop star and this was a photo shoot, so it was all normal really. And it was also a historical cover, with Styles being the first man to be featured as the main attraction of the issue. If you're a fan of Harry, then you know he has a fondness for wearing women's clothes, but for some reason this one really angered conservatives. Candace Owens publicly shamed Harry for the dress in a tweet and said, "There is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men." And in response to this, other celebrities chimed in to defend Harry, with Jamila Jamil tweeting, "Harry Styles is plenty manly because manly is whatever you want it to be, not what some insecure, toxic, woman-hating homophobe decided it was hundreds of years ago. He's 104% perfect." And last but certainly least, on our number 1 spot, R. Kelly. Now it's important to note with this case that R. Kelly has been accused of nefarious things long before the Me Too era even began. However, once the ball was rolling, R. Kelly was tossed back into the mix of those being accused of taking advantage of their celebrity status. The biggest hit to the singer's career was the release of the documentary called Surviving R. Kelly. According to prosecutors, the current case against him was brought forth on behalf of 4 victims who were between the ages of 13 and 17 when R. Kelly had taken advantage of them. As a result of this more recent backlash against Kelly, his concert venues canceled his shows, while simultaneously prominent activists and entertainers call for people to boycott him. As I mentioned though, he has been through decades of misconduct allegations before, which have even been made fun of in pop culture films like Scary Movie.
R. Kelly, don't pee on me. My lady lumps.
However, it was not until the Me Too movement that people really started to take his victims seriously. But guys, that has been the top 10 celebrities who were publicly shamed. But before we get out of here, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities That Lost It All and Never Recovered. Charles Harp says, "How about the top 10 child actors that didn't get into trouble and are still active?" Great list idea, Charles. I will be sure to get on that right away for you. Vanessa Stegall says, "I wouldn't want to be a celebrity because my life wouldn't be private and everything would be scrutinized." I mean, that's a good reason not to want to be a celebrity, right there. Just privacy alone is great. We take that for granted, definitely. Lane L says, "But have you seen Brendan Fraser in Doom Patrol? He's so amazing. He's also getting more roles now, so I don't think he deserves to be on this list." Yeah, I saw a lot of comments saying about Brendan Fraser. Honestly, I didn't look into Brendan Fraser. The last I heard, he was not doing good and he didn't do anything like recently, but I will definitely check out Doom Patrol. Thank you for that recommendation. G Flores says, "Brendan Fraser in Bedazzled, hilarious. That movie is so underrated." That is a very underrated movie. That is. I would put that over him in Mummy, for sure. But I don't know, let me check out this Doom Patrol. Maybe he's killing it in Doom Patrol. Brennan Toddy says, "Love your Beatles shirt, Johnny." Thank you so much, I got it at Walmart. But guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.